Stop overcomplicating things. You don't need countless trading indicators or trading strategies to be a good trader. You know, sometimes in fact, all you need is one good indicator and you can use that and you'll see a big difference. Some of the best traders that I've ever traded with or watched, they don't use a lot of indicators. You know, like you can have moving averages, exponential moving averages, Bollinger Bands, you know, all these different things, but all of it is not needed. And sometimes you guys just overcomplicate things. So I'm going to show you my simple trading strategy. This is one thing that you can always go back to. You can always use this. It will always be there. It will always be effective in some ways. This trading strategy is called RSI. The RSI indicator Colton Groves trading strategy, you can call it. In this video, I'm going to show you examples of how I use it, where you can use it, why it's used, you know, what it is, and I'm going to explain everything, and I hope that this is able to help you become a better trader. So what is RSI? RSI is Relative Strength Index. This was developed in the 1970s, and you know, people use it to this day. Some people use it every day. I would not live and die by on it. I would not live or die by any trading strategy, but this is a good indicator to show you if something is overbought or oversold. The RSI is calculated by taking the average gain and loss of a stock's price over a given time frame, typically 14 days. So this is the average RSI. Like you can mess with it and get it however you want to, but whenever you pull up RSI on your charting platform, you would just want to leave it the way it is. Like I wouldn't mess with it too much. So when you are looking at the RSI, you'll see 2 points. You'll see the 30 point, this is the lower point, and you'll see the 70, this is the higher point. So what you want to do is you just want to judge what's going on with the stock, what's going on with whatever you're trading. Is it overbought or oversold? And with that, you can plan accordingly. If it's overbought and you know the chart is looking bearish, you know that's an even better sign to go short or get a put option, whatever you want to do. If the RSI is screaming lows, I mean, if the RSI is at 10, I don't know if you would want to go bearish. It depends how high up the stock is or crypto, but you have to plan accordingly. And so we'll get into it. I'll show you guys exactly how I use it, but that just sums up what it is. Okay, now that we know what RSI is, let's talk about how you can use it to make money. This is that Al-Majra money. We call this that oil money. Anyways, we have a few things pulled up here. We have the SPY pulled up. We have the 3-month, 1 day. Personally, I like to use RSI on the longer trading frames because it's more accurate. If you're doing RSI in a 1 minute, we'll show you what it looks like. The RSI in 1 minute, it can look crazy. Like, there is a lot of extremes and it's not always as accurate. Like you see here, it hits, it comes down. So that's pretty accurate, hitting right at the 70 point. You see here, we're hitting a low. So this is on a 1 minute chart, right? So this is from 9:30 to pretty much 10:30. When we're hitting this low down here, actually we did a call in the Discord earlier, the free call out in the Discord. You can join that if you want to. I'll throw that up somewhere. What we were trading earlier, the trade we did, we went short on SPY. So we got some SPY put options probably around this point. As soon as it came over VWAP, the purple line, that's when I decided to take the put because it looked pretty bearish to me. So we were already gapped up on the day. We were pretty overextended. So I'm like, okay, you know, the RSI, it lined up. It lined up. So we took that along with the VWAP. We took the put down. We made 75% on it, got out. And then as you start to see, 1, 2, 3, triple bottom down here at the low, staying at the low, so it came back up. You know, I'm not surprised. So there's multiple times here where you could almost use it just in 1 day. This is just in 1 day, but pretty choppy day. So not sure if you would want to use it like crazy. Like, don't live or die on this. So let's pull up on let's look at a 20-day 1 hour. 20-day 1 hour, you can see it almost looks overextended, but it's not. It's really not. You see some brutal lows. Like some of these are stock market futures. Like you come down, come up, we gap up, as you see, and it still has bullish momentum on it. So that's one RSI tap to the top, and it can come up here and top again. It can tap it again up at the top, but it doesn't mean that it's instantly going to go down. So you have to take all these things into perspective. What is the market sentiment? Is the market sentiment good? You know, is it overly bullish? You know, that's something to take into it. Is there a FOMO market going on? If there's a FOMO market, you have to plan accordingly. There's FOMC tomorrow, Jerome Powell is speaking tomorrow, so take that into consideration. That's why I have no positions open right now, just my long-term stock positions and option plays. So, I mean, that's just SPY. How about a normal stock? Let's look at a normal stock. Let's look at Shopify. 1 year, 1 day, the last few months. This is all the way from October. So let's try to find the lows on this. Let's bring this back a little bit. So you see here, this is where it's hitting the first RSI low, and it's still coming down. It's still bearish. But I mean, as we see, it's been choppy for months. Like, this has been choppy for months down here. This is a big company. I love Shopify. I honestly think it's going to go back up. Looking at the 3 year, 1 week, I I mean, it has a long way to go. You see, it hit the bottom down here. It stayed down at the RSI bottom, and then it started to work its way back up. So it's very doable that this can come back long term. So if we're looking at options, let's pull it up on a 10-day, 30-minute and see what it looks like. Okay, here it does look overextended, but it could still rip, because these RSI indicators, it does not mean for sure that it's going to go down or go up. And if you look on the RSI indicator, it pops up. We see it come down for a breather, and it can keep on going. Like, these RSIs can get so extreme, they can go to 99 on the RSI indicator. And if you're still bullish at that point, I don't even know what to tell you. If it's super low, if the RSI is at 1 or like 5, I mean, you would want to switch up. You have to be smart with these things. So how does it look in an option? If you've made it this far, like and subscribe. I mean, it really helps me out. It really helps out the algorithm. You know, sometimes the algorithm hates me, the Rothschilds hate me, but I mean, we're still here. We're still trying to make that bread, still trying to get rich. I'm right along with you guys. So let's look at a Snapchat 12 call for April 14th. So we'll pull it up on here. This is a 1-minute chart. Let's just do a 5-minute for right now. Not that much movement on it yet. See a low down here at 35. It came up. What is Snapchat up on the day? Snapchat's up 6% on the day. A lot of this is to do with the TikTok ban coming in. I mean, they're not getting banned. They've said this like 20 times. Anyways, let's look this up on, let's look it on a 5-day. So 5-day, you can start to see some extremes. So you see down here, we were sitting at 20, and then, you know, it's near the RSI low, right? Just like we say, it doesn't have to break under it. But if it's sitting there for a certain while, you might be inclined to take the opposite direction. So if it's sitting at the RSI lows down here, some people can go bullish on it. You know, if the market's lining up, if everything's lining up, okay, it's worth a shot. It's worth a risk. So you buy in at $22. The next day you get that RSI pop. It comes up to $50, this contract. I mean, you see the RSI extreme right here. You can use that as a sell point. You can use that as a sell point to get out, take profit, and, you know, just reevaluate, wait for things to chill out, and come back in. You see it barely drops down after that. I mean, it drops down like halfway, but instantly comes back up, and it's still chilling there, so it doesn't really look like a buy. Like, you would just wait for, me personally, I would wait for the RSI to settle, wait for it to reverse before I would even think about getting another option or another contract on this. So just looking at the chart, you see 52 cents, you know, we're coming down. This is a 5-day chart, down to 35, but still no RSI lows. So we're just choppy. We're choppy in this area. And now we come down here. I mean, it's like it's getting lower. It's getting to almost a 30, but it's not there, and it comes back up. And I mean, if we look at this, even on a 10-day, you'll see more extremes. So the longer you make the RSI indicator, the longer you have, the longer time frame, the bigger time frame that you have, the more accurate that the RSI level is going to be. So looking here, it looks perfect. You see the RSI extremes up here, $130. I mean, and then option premium comes into play with this. Like, this is getting hit with theta. It expires April 14th, so some of this is just theta, and then some of it is the stock going down itself. I'm not gonna lie. So 130, but you see there, it's at the extreme, right? It's at the extreme. You would not want to buy a call at that area. So we come down, you see it's chilling in this area, it goes from 30 to low of 20, but it's still in the same RSI area. So this is when you start to calculate your risk to reward. If it looks good, you buy. And then, you know, you of course always have risk management with whatever you do. With whatever you do in options trading, you have to have risk management or you are going to get killed. Let's look at a SPY contract. The SPY contracts, they move so crazy because these are like literally same day options. Most of these, they are same day options, and if you get time on a SPY contract, it's going to be expensive. What a lot of people in options trading say, they say you get what you pay for. If you choose something that's going to just burn over time, that you paid for it, right? That's why me personally with my trading strategy, I would rather just get time on it, you know, get a good risk to reward and go from there. I use the RSI levels to help initiate a trade. I mean, if you want to do the same, you can. If not, that's fine. It's whatever suits you best. And I also know if you're just looking at my chart, you're like, yo, what are all these lines? I mean, we can go over them real quick. That's the 50-day EMA. These up here, these are auto support and resistance. So it looks like a lot, but it's really not that much. This is auto support and resistance that Thinkorswim calculates for me. I have a script for that I used, and it's honestly nice, you know. You can see where it's peaking out, and then, you know, the bottoms of it too. It goes both ways. I mean, that's just a thing I like to use. If you weren't using that, you would probably do some things like this. You'd probably set your own price alerts or set your own drawings. Be like, okay, this is the level that, this is my risk to reward. Or like, I don't want it to go above this point. If it gets above this point, I should look to stop loss. you know, like things like that. Then I could make another one down here just to give you some range on the contract or the stock you're trading. But I mean, that's why I have the auto support and resistance line, so I can do that. By using the RSI indicator, it can help you make smarter financial decisions. That's all we want. You know, I don't want you guys to overcomplicate things, and you don't want to do too many things. I mean, we're all learning. I mean, it's when you're in the finance space, every day is a learning experience. You know, every trade you take, you should learn something from it. If you're not learning something from the trades you're taking, you're doing something wrong. You're either right or wrong, or you're either really right or you're really wrong. In the stock market, it does not care. The crypto market, it does not care. It is going to do what it's going to do, and it's going to be long here. It is going to be here longer than you are. You know, the crypto market and stock market, they are going to be alive way longer than we will ever be. You know, it may make you sad, but that's just the name of the game. So you do have to be smart when taking these things into consideration. You do have to always be continuing to build your financial knowledge. If not, you will get left behind. You know, I see traders, they get stuck on one indicator. They don't ever want to move from it. I mean, that's fine, but markets change. That's why you can't just rely on one indicator, but the RSI is one. It never really lies. The RSI never lies. You can use it however you need to, but it doesn't lie to you. You lie to yourself. You lie to yourself with the false hope and dumb decisions, right? We can't blame the market for our dumb actions. You know, never do that. If you're doing that as a trader, you're probably not going to make it. And I don't even like to say that to people, but if you cannot learn from your mistakes, how can you grow, right? If you want to join the Discord and see some of my free call outs, you can. I mean, I was really glad we hit that one earlier. And let me know in the comments. Let me know what you would want to see. Like, what kind of indicator video would you want to see? What kind of stock trading, option trading video, crypto video would you want to see? Let me know, and I hope I see you guys in the next video. Peace.